Hello fellow trainers, I hope you're having a fantastic day whenever you are watching this. This is going to be the start of, I think, a 3-part series. Me talking about the Pokemon ban list that's coming up, the cards that have gotten banned in the expanded format in the upcoming 2018-2019 season. You'll notice that I just said 3 because I'm really going to only focus on Hex Maniac, Wally, and Puzzle Time. Those are the 3 cards. Getsus did get banned also, but I'm not really super worried about talking about that one because summary of that card, it got banned as because it kind of sucks for a turn 1, but everything else I kind of want to do a little bit of an in-depth discussion about, and we're going to be starting with Hex Maniac.
But in case you're brand new to my channel, regularly I open up Pokemon booster packs every day and do gameplay, and I'm slowly trying to release additional bonus content as well, and this is a very relevant topic right now. So I just wanted to give my thoughts and opinions on one of the cards that's getting banned in the upcoming expanded format for the 2018-19 season. We're going to be starting this video off by talking about none other than a very iconic card over the past couple years in the meta. We're going to be talking about our favorite girl, Hex Maniac. Hex Maniac was one of those cards when it came out in Ancient Origins that really shook up the meta. It provided a lot of practical ways to counter against some really powerful cards. We're talking about things kind of like Garbodor, Trevenant, and just a lot of other things. Anything that had an ability, this could be a good way to counter it. That being said, this card also created a lot of ways for there to be break in the system. So as we go through this, how I want to do that, I just kind of want to break down just some of the popular methods that are used while using this card. So one of the hugest things about this card is it is a supporter card. So it's really not that hard to get it back in your hand. With things like VS Seeker still in the format, I'm going to click right here for a second, and you're going to see right here, the other day I was playing against an opponent who's using a Rotom deck, a very great card, but if your abilities are shut down, that is the entire concept of this match that you see here on the screen. And I was just using my VS Seeker, I actually felt bad. The entire video is actually up here. It was one of my daily matches from a couple days ago. It just really doesn't give a lot of breathing room for decks that are completely dependent on abilities. And the one thing Pokemon TCG Radio, Wazzy over there, talked about that there are other cards out there in the format that use ability shuts down, like Garbodor and things like that. But the thing is about Garbodor, you have to have an item card. So it's really not that hard. You know, there are still ways to counteract and easy. But once Hex Maniac is on the field, there's nothing really stopping you from being able to play Hex Maniac realistically if you have even one Hex Maniac in your deck. It's possible with having 4 VS Seekers in your deck. You could play it up to once, up to 4 times. If you have anything in there also, like Rock and Puzzle Time, you could play it anywhere up to 4 to 6 times. I'm going to click to show that clip again. I used Hex Maniac in this match 4 times, and had I not had Hex Maniac, I probably would have not won this match. So in that sense, it does give a lot of new creativity for other decks with abilities. But there was something I came across the other day, kind of fear actually, of one deck that could be getting really good because of this card getting banned. Now, there is one deck, because I think Hex Maniac is getting banned. Interesting, because they also banned a separate card to try and weaken this deck a little bit. But the card that I think is actually going to get a boost because Hex Maniac is getting banned, and I have some footage to show why too, that I'll cut to in a second, is actually the card and Psychic type Pokemon Trevenant from the base set XY set. If you're not familiar with this card, I'm sure you know it's an item lock card, so basically your opponent can't play any item cards. Your Puzzle Times, Bursting Blue, Life Dude, Choice Band, Computer Search, whatever your item card is, you can't play it. That's not to say there aren't ways to counter it without Hex Maniac, but I'm going to click to some of the clips here. You can see in this match, I got kind of shut down a little bit early because like right away, he was able to evolve with Wally, but of course that card's gonna get banned in a couple months. But personally, the Wally is also another card. I might even do an entire video on. I am gonna do an entire video on Wally as well. They're banning Wally just so you can't just turn 1 start with Trevenant. Personally, I don't think Wally getting banned is honestly gonna weaken this deck that much, especially with these 2 cards gone and Trevenant still in the format. There are still plenty of ways to even evolve more than 1 Trevenant either by the time your 2nd or 3rd turn rolls around too. So maybe you're not turning 1 evolving Trevenant, but his Phantom, his Ascension attack automatically allows him. So once you start being able to attack and stuff, sure, having Wally out of the way does balance it a little bit. But as you can see here on the screen right now, there's just the only reason why I was able to last as long as I did in this match here is because I had Hex Maniac. It was able to shut down his abilities, so while I couldn't use my abilities and stuff, there were still ways to counteract him with it once I had my item cards and things back into play. The one advantage still that we still have against Trevenant and stuff, of course, I'm going to say the biggest weakness we have against Trevenant right now actually is Zorg GX, that he is around right now, because Trevenant's weakness is Dark type. So if you even have 4 Pokemon set on your bench because of that weakness, even in hit Trevenant's break form, you're still going to be knocking him out. But Hex Maniac, I do think, is going to really make Trevenant a better card. But like I said, these are all just kind of my opinions and stuff, but I do think Hex Maniac has the potential. Hex Maniac getting banned has the potential to make him a lot stronger than he already is. So that leaves us with Hex Maniac gone. What does that leave us in the current format that can still do banning things? We actually do have something, and of course a lot of you people are going to know about this card. We still have Guard Border in the format. So if you have any kind of item cards, if you attach an item card to him, you do shut off your every Pokemon's abilities. But the thing is, for me, this just is not as good or as useful as Hex Maniac. That's just my opinion. There's a combo that I'm interested to see. I have a hypothesis that it could kind of be popular. We have one way we can kind of do a Hex Maniac thing with Guard Border. We have Bursting Balloon. If you don't know about this card, basically this card, it's actually used kind of more as a tool card when if you have it attached to your active Pokemon and your opponent attacks you, you do 6 damage counters on your opposing Pokemon, and at the end of the turn, no matter what, it goes away at the end of the turn. So you could attach this to Guard Border, and people have done this before, so then it's only like a temporary Hex Maniac, so once your turn is over, then it goes away. But the thing is though, it's just not as good as Hex Maniac. There's not really a lot of counters for Hex Maniac. There's not anything that can shut it off or shut it down really efficiently. So it's one of those things. There's give and takes with this card getting banned. And the thing with anything with it, when Pokemon cards get banned and stuff, whenever they announce the most recent cards getting banned, you never really know what the format is going to be until it actually starts when it comes around September 1st. So, but that is just going to kind of conclude this first little bonus video. Yeah, I hope to make a part 2 talking about Puzzle Time, and I talked a little bit about Wally here because it's kind of hard not to, but really, I'm not even going to do a part 2 about Wally, because really, the reason why Wally is getting banned is because of Trevenant, so I kind of covered 2 birds with 1 stone. The other card, I think I will do a video about Puzzle Time, because honestly, like a lot of people said, I had no idea they were going to ban Puzzle Time. They definitely went all out. The other card that got banned as I dropped this one, Getsy's, another popular card. Really, that card just kind of sucks for, like I said at the beginning of the video, just sucks for turn 1s. But yeah, I think I'm going to start with this, and we'll see if I decide to do a part 2 or part 3. Fellow trainers, I hope you're having a fantastic day wherever you are. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're brand new. I upload new Pokemon videos and booster pack openings every single day, and I hope to make more videos like this during the course of the week. You hopefully upload it on Monday or Friday. Fellow trainers, have a great day wherever you are, and I hope to see you tomorrow.